Oh, the crowd work there.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I don't talk to them.
Oh, good.
Oh no, I'm not a crowd. I don't do that now.
No.
I have no
You do a
interest.
strange version of crowd work where they're not really involved. You just call them paedophiles.
Yeah, I don't ask them questions.
Yeah.
I don't have an interest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Have I set that up wonky? I'll be annoyed. I need to check.
All right.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
It's fine, actually.
It's fine.
Nice.
Everything's okay.
Everything's
Brilliant.
okay. You're wearing the merch.
Yes,
Let's go.
it's new merch. It's not on sale. Well, it will be on sale by the time this is out.
Hello. Buy the merch. Buy the merch. I like to get my merch shout outs out on top. Top of the podcast. And do follow me. Do follow my podcast.
This is the greatest guest of all time to immediately plug the merch.
Plug the merch.
And herself. She's come in. She's like, there's not one fucking chance I'm going to let them two idiots ramble on for this whole podcast and me not be able to plug my shit.
Yeah. Watch my podcast.
Yeah.
And you have refused to name it thus far.
Oh, yeah. Thank fuck for that. With Sarah Keyworth and Lucas Jeffco.
You went.
Lucas is named on the pod now?
I'm naming him. Yeah.
Right.
First time here.
So Lucas, so you, Sarah, and Lucas.
Yeah.
Right. And thank fuck
A
for that.
ragtag bunch.
A ragtag bud. Three decades of people.
Right.
I'm from the 80s.
Go away.
You're from the 80s?
I'm from the bloody 80s. Sarah, 90s. Lucas, baby Lucas,
Yeah.
2000s.
Is he a
Wow.
post 9/11 baby?
Oh no, I think he's pre.
Just pre
He's
9/11?
just pre.
Right.
Wow.
But when you say like, where were you? He doesn't know.
He doesn't. He doesn't
Goo Gaga.
remember.
I mean, I don't know where I was.
No, but you're quite young.
Yeah. I know her. Well, don't look at me as if
Can I guess what year you were born?
you can.
1990.
Oh, it's close.
Is
Very
it?
close.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are you? 91.
91, yeah.
Are you?
And early 91, so like February 91, so you were really...
Yeah,
Really
you were giving me
very
90
close.
vibes.
Yeah, I am. That's when I felt most happy, yeah.
Yeah.
In 1990?
No, probably
In
98.
utero.
When you were
is
in utero.
most
That's
Yeah.
when he was most happy.
Well, I think that's
All downhill.
I think probably when all of us were most happy was probably when we were
in your mother's vagina?
inside our mothers.
Do you think?
Not in the Freud way,
That
but
explains
yeah.
a lot, actually. That explains a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Because after you come out, it's just one fucking catastrophe
bills.
after another.
It's just
That is
bills.
so true.
Yeah.
It's just bills. Although there is this kind of like running thing. A lot of people are doing this whole shtick of like, oh, I didn't ask to be born and now I just have to do whatever. It's getting like too many people are saying that
I did
now.
that.
Despair has become trendy.
I did that.
You did what?
I did that. But I think about it all the time. I genuinely think about that. People can't consent to being born.
Yeah.
I do think about that.
Right.
So
You
there's
think
no-
it's hack? I think about it all the time.
But hack can be something you think about all the time. I
Yeah,
just think
yeah,
people
just
are
don't
making it
say
their
it.
personality.
Right.
Don't say
Just
it.
shut up about it.
I said it. Watch my specials in there.
Yeah.
I do another plug. Watch my special. It's on YouTube.
This is the most aggressive plugging that's ever been done. You had a little talk with yourself on the way in, and you were like, "I'm gonna
You know,
fucking plug some every 2 minutes. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to these
Were you listening to
fucking
Diary?
plugs."
Were you listening to Diary of a CEO before this? You're like, you got to seize the opportunity. Get your name out there. Are you Gary
Your name-
Vee
it
in this
doesn't matter.
podcast right now?
Listen, people shut off the podcast at some point. You know, they're busy.
Early.
Early.
Early. We
You
get a
gotta
lot of
get it-
listens for
Yeah.
the first 5 minutes.
You got to get it in early.
Yeah.
I think about it like the Instagram algorithm. You know, people have shut off after 17 seconds of watching your clip.
Yeah,
you got to
17
get
is
it in.
I've been told 6 seconds you got to have a laugh in there,
Yeah.
which is just such a nightmare.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
such a
yeah.
nightmare.
You have to just come out and just be like, "Pfft."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Start-
Just fart or
Can
like
you please,
slip.
every stand-up clip you post from now on, just put a fart noise at the start of it to try and hook people in?
It'll keep them in.
Yeah.
100%. It's like, what's this fucking lunatic going to do next? And then just tell your joke, you know?
That'd be a tough way to film a special, and then at the start of every joke, you'd have to do a little,
Just,
and then just crack on with the show.
Would you be able to do it?
as in like,
How
would I
ready are you to fart at any point?
would I have the bowels to do it? Well, so I'm what's known as
Oh.
I'm a serial shitter. I mean, everyone is in some regard, but
No. I'm
Depends if
I'm
you've
the
eaten
opposite, yeah.
Cheerios.
Huh?
Oh, stupid.
Go on. You're a
Right.
serial shitter.
But
What does that mean?
That means that I could maybe shit 6 times a day.
That's
I do a
mad,
lot.
isn't it?
Yeah.
See?
I
This
know.
is a healthy woman. You can't
That's
be
right.
saying that.
When I was younger, I used to have my mother.
Why did you say that with an element of bragging?
Six
You're
is
unhealthy.
I don't think I am though, Mickey. I think the world is unhealthy, and I think that I'm the only one doing it right.
6 times a day.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just seeping out of you
Some
at
of
all
those-
times.
Some
That's
of those
right,
must
that's
be
right.
partial poops. Some of those must be partial poops.
Oh, there's a lot of partial poops.
Why don't you save it up and do like consolidate all your poops into one easy?
Because
to
I've
manage poop?
spoiled my bum. Like my bum is now kind of like a crying baby. Where if I feel any urge, it's like get it out of me now.
You poo more than some men pee.
Right? Yeah.
I think you poo more than I pee.
I mean, very possibly, and I don't know why people aren't more impressed and why they're so concerned. I would
Well,
have
if you
thought.
said I peed 6 times a day, I'd be like, good for you.
Right.
Is that good? So you seem the expert on how much you should be pooping and peeing.
I just think like there's a lot of listen. Let's not make it a gender thing, but there's a lot of men who don't pee enough. Okay, they
Right.
go like once a day, and it's like, what do you mean?
Yes.
As in, they should be drinking more, or they're holding on to
Both.
peas.
Yeah. That's not good. That gives you, you have more chance of a bladder infection.
That's right.
Kidney stones and things like that.
No, you're dead right, Mickey.
Thank you.
Can
Thanks,
we
actually.
do this as like a journey of growth with you? I'm all about this podcast being about growth and improving ourselves.
Just for mine.
But what improving yourself? No, what you should be doing is
We're
saying,
on a weight loss competition at the minute. That's part of the growth.
right.
You
Well, it's the
guys,
opposite of growth, actually. But
You're losing weight.
Well, no, I mean I just had a McDonald's breakfast, but
Yeah.
it's the race to 85.
Well, this also explains the pooping.
the pooping.
Yeah, the McDonald's breakfast is that's going to go right through you.
I mean, listen, if you were to look at my diet, I think you personally would get sick. I think you puke or you
Really?
have a violent
I want
reaction.
to hear about it. I might actually get sick.
Well,
So you start with the McDonald's breakfast.
today I started McDonald's breakfast because I've learned from experience that if I come to the podcast hungry, I'm probably going to be a bit meaner than I might be usually.
Okay. You're
So,
delightful right now, so you've nailed it.
Thank you, Mickey, because I'm full of fucking egg, sausage,
Yeah.
and bread.
Egg, sausage,
would-
and bread.
Why
would
wouldn't I
argue
be happy?
None
So
of those
far,
things are
fine.
involved in a McDonald's breakfast. That's not egg, that's not sausage, and that's not bread.
You
Well,
think
they're
it's
all
just sugar.
simulacrums of those things.
Yes, they're,
Yeah.
they're a representation of those things.
Yeah, and then I had a big coffee as well. Now I'm on a Coke Zero, and I just feel like,
A McDonald's coffee or a different place coffee?
Big Mackie D. McDonald's coffee is sick.
Yeah, people love it.
It is unreal.
And it's cheap.
It's so cheap and it's so good.
Yeah.
And the guy that gives it to you is confused. And
Same
it's,
guy. Wherever you are.
Oh,
Ronald.
it's unbelievable.
It's the same food around the world. It's also the same guy.
It's the same guy.
guy.
They fucking ship him around. It's just cutting edge technology. He's
Yeah, yeah,
teleporting.
yeah.
And so I had that this morning. So
So that's the morning. What would you usually go for with lunch?
so then lunch at the minute, like today, I will actually have like chicken and rice and vegetables that I cooked yesterday.
That's beautiful.
That's
then in
nice.
but then in the interval between public and Patreon podcasts, we will eat an entire packet of chocolate
Fingers every pod. And I bring
Really?
them. I
And
buy
I'm-
them and bring them every podcast.
And
Yeah.
Don't tell Mike this, but I.
He's right there. Dude, he's right. He's honestly right there.
Don't tell Mike this.
Yeah, don't tell Mike.
But to try and win the weight loss competition,
Yeah.
I just like secretly don't eat very many of the chocolate fingers. So he basically eats a packet of chocolate fingers every week.
Oh.
Right.
Wait, you're in a weight loss competition.
Race to 85.
Yeah.
Race to 85.
Cags.
Kites.
Kilos.
Yeah. Yeah. So that-
Dude, you guys are my dad.
right.
He's
yeah.
also in the race to 85.
Yo, loop him in.
I'm going to loop him in.
But is he's racing to become
He's at
85.
87.
He's
He's
risen to
fucking
become
killing
85
it.
years old. I'm on 87.75 as of this morning.
He's
Is that
killing-
right?
He's killing it. What
I'm
are you
gonna
on?
I mean, I think I've probably gone up since we've
We
started.
both started at 91. and
Can I
we're
join the
seeing-
race to 85?
I think
that
you'd
would
have
be
to-
a
I just eat loads.
That'd be
You'd
a
have-
different race.
That'd be fun if we all met at 85.
Yeah, we all met at 85.
Converging upon it. Everybody.
Give me those chocolate fingers.
I like
Right.
that if there was a guy who spoke to his doctor and was like, what's a healthy weight? And the doctor was like probably 85 cags
Yeah.
and meant specifically for him, but he's going around telling everybody that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
need to
yeah,
be
yeah,
85 kilograms. Like,
Women
come
are
on,
like, women are like,
Micky.
this is amazing. Oh my God. I am so ill.
Yeah.
Guys.
I remember
honestly
talking
so ill.
I remember talking to friends of mine, Jessie and BB Cave, the Cave sisters.
Oh, the gays.
And they got so angry at me when they learned my calorie goal for like losing weight.
Yeah.
Because it's so different for men and women.
Sure, yeah.
Mine was 2,000 to lose
yeah.
weight, which
were-
is just that they were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah,
eating
yeah, yeah.
4 calories a day.
Yeah, of course. Well, they're whiffs of air.
Right.
They're tiny.
They're tiny little, they're
Tiny boys.
they're borrowers.
I'm not tiny, guys. I'm 5'9".
You're 5'9".
You're Dutch.
You're Dutch.
A Dutch is all
This is
hell.
Micky Overman, by the way.
Hello.
This is
We started now. Hi.
yeah. You didn't remember that in your plug. You were so clever at the start. You were plugging this and that, and you didn't even say
but
your
it's
name.
in the title.
They're gone.
They're gone?
Half of them are gone. They've realised first you're a woman. Now they've realised you're Dutch. They are so gone.
It's over. It's over.
God, you can't be gone. The English have just defeated the Dutch. Absolute heartbreak.
The problem is this episode comes out a week from today, so we don't.
That's probably when the English have lost to the Spanish.
They fucking better lose to the Spanish.
They will. They will.
They better lose. So you
If
watched.
anything, we've dodged a bullet because either England or the Netherlands was going to be absolutely decimated by Spain.
Right.
Yeah, that side of the draw, no harm to the Dutch, was
No
dog
harm
shit.
to anyone, but listen,
Was dog shit.
all the good teams are already out.
Right.
Yeah,
There you
Spain, Germany in the quarterfinal was the final of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Euros.
yeah.
This is horrific that England
Yeah.
might have beaten Spain.
It's coming home.
It can't.
I'm on England's side now.
It
I
can't.
will say though, if
Yeah.
England win, on the plus side of it, it is funny. It will be funny that they're like greatest ever managers, Gareth Southgate. He'll be knighted.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's very embarrassing. It's like in Ireland, it's kind of embarrassing that U2 is our biggest band ever, and that'll be like, we have to live
It's
with
crazy
that.
because you look like him.
Bono. That's such a nice thing to say.
You
Right?
actually really do look like Bono.
And I actually am a fan of that
Do you
guy.
have any? Can we borrow sunglasses?
Yeah, but
they're not very Bono.
These are not Bono. You
They're
need
not very
they
Bono.
need to be like purple.
Yeah,
You,
we
Yeah.
have
you
it.
don't need sunglasses to know you look like Bono.
No, I didn't know I looked like Bono, and now Bono he's a very small little man. He's a little borrower.
He's well liked.
Huh?
He's well liked.
At the minute now, Bono would be kind of hated in Ireland. Now, I actually am a U2 fan overall of the music.
Yeah.
Especially the early stuff. I like it. Makes me
Yeah.
feel good.
This is a big point of disagreement.
That one about Sundays.
Sundays, I don't like Sundays. Tell me why. It was a great song. And
Slightly different Sunday song, I think.
no, that was it.
I really thought you would have a different reaction to when I said something so
Tell me why
offensive.
I don't like
That song about
Sundays.
Sundays.
About
Yeah.
lovely lazy Sunday.
Lazy Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, lazy Sunday.
Sunday, lazy Sunday.
It's like when people misunderstand what a song is about. It's always so funny.
Oh, it's great.
Like when the entirety of the USA was like so happy about that
Born
that
in the
protest
USA?
song, that protest song.
Yeah. Well, the Bruce Springsteen song, which is like anti-Vietnam War, and
Yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, USA.
But you know what the problem with that is? In the chorus, Bruce's voice is just like, born down in a down, down, and he's singing like that, and it's like no one can really hear the words.
Yeah.
But what he is saying is like basically building up like a young innocent guy with a future, being sent over to die in a jungle. But then people are like, what? What's he saying? And then born in the US, and then
Yeah.
everyone's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the one you can
yeah,
catch
yeah.
on to is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Reagan is a good president.
Yes.
And so
And
that's what happened there.
retrospectively, I agree.
Ronnie Reagan.
Love him.
Ronnie Reags.
Ronnie Rig.
No. I wanted to do a bit, but no, he sucks.
Whoa!
But
Whoa, actually.
Hey now, what? He wore on drugs. That was sick. That did well.
Yeah, I think they won that one.
Put half the country in prison. No one's doing drugs now.
No one's
famously.
doing drugs. Drugs is over in America.
Seriously, though, do you guys do drugs?
Yes.
Which ones?
Molly, cocaine. They'd be the big ones I would do, but I wouldn't do them regularly. This is just if the occasion allowed.
I want to get into drugs.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Because I've always been very skittish and anxious.
Yeah.
So I've never really, I don't think I could ever talk to a drug dealer.
Okay.
I don't think I could be the one sourcing the drugs. I
Right.
think that would be too scary. Like the
Right.
social element
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like,
No, we'll
You
get.
don't want it anywhere near your phone.
Yeah, but I couldn't like talk to a stranger in that way.
So you're trying to get to your optimal weight and you want to start doing drugs.
I think they could help each other.
Yeah. Which one do
I've
you
seen
wanna
drug
do?
addicts.
I mean,
They're
there's-
skinny boys.
They are chic.
They're chic.
shredded.
They are chic.
They're like
They are
Naomi
shredded.
Campbell,
They
Kate
don't-
Moss, 90s.
They look like Timothy
Yeah, but
Chalamet.
they were drug addicts.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, they were just coked up.
Now
Coked up
that's
ladies.
good.
Yeah.
Drugs for you, Micky Overman.
Look at me.
Coffee.
But you come from a drug place.
But no one does it.
That's not true,
It's because
Micky.
it's not. I like that about the Dutch that you don't think drugs are cool. That's the great thing about legalization is like...
It's boring.
I have a good friend of mine from Eindhoven. They're all doing drugs.
Wouldn't it be funny if I was like, yeah, but that's Eindhoven? Like, no one has any clue. Yeah, but come on. I mean, we're talking about Eindhoven here. You know?
Crazy.
You guys.
Philips Factory, Eindhoven.
The whole of the Netherlands?
Yeah. The province of Brabant? I mean, come on. They're all on drugs. Yeah. It's so funny that I can't ever, like, talk about any, like, places. Like anything about the Netherlands just means absolutely nothing. I'm from like a shithole, but I can't joke about that because it doesn't. No one knows anything about it.
But
I think just there's a way to tee that up. There's a way to have fun with that.
Yeah, but there's a way to tee that up that takes so long that no payoff is going to be worth
I
the
mean,
reward.
I'm from a pretty culturally specific place. There's a fair whack of stuff that I can't do in England that is good, funny stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like everyone at least knows about yours.
Belfast,
here.
everyone is actually a great little cultural touchstone.
Yeah, like you can
That's
actually you can subvert whatever stereotype they have, even if it's not completely right. Like you can like play
but
with that.
people just have a broader Dutch stereotype of you rather than...
Well, they just know about like the broad Dutch stereotypes, but I can't talk about like where I'm from specifically.
Because I think the perception of the Netherlands is probably like Amsterdam is like drugs, stag do's, like sex workers, all this stuff.
Which
and then,
again, like, has nothing to do with my experience of it.
but then
Has a lot to do with mine.
Yeah.
but the perception of the Netherlands broadly, like outside of Amsterdam, I think from the outside is just like tulips, clogs, windmills.
Yes. Again, also nothing to do with my experience of it.
You don't
So
like a
you've got
windmill?
none of the big six Dutch
I just
stereotypes.
have none of the big six, and the one that I do have is like it doesn't mean anything.
What's
to
the
anyone.
stereotype of where are you from?
If
Do you want to
I-
dox
the-
yourself
the one,
right now?
The
Dox your
one thing
parents?
that's really fun is when there's Dutch people in the crowd. I'll go to the crowd. I'll go. I'm going to tell them where I'm from. Listen to their response. And then they'll always have a version of like, oh my God. And that is really fun. Like, that is really fun. That's the only thing I can
What
do.
kind of dump are we talking?
So
Rough
so I say like the best way to sort of, it's like Milton Keynes is like the best.
Boring.
Yeah, it's just
boring.
like really boring, but also people think it's only trash comes from there.
Did your parents? Were you in a 2-parent household? Did they love you? And did you feel you were worth something?
Okay, different conversation, but let's get into it. Actually,
Yes.
I'm from a 2-parent household.
Yes.
Great.
What was the next question?
I forgot to check
Well,
that. We normally check if the
but so-
guests are from a 2-parent
Yeah,
household
you have
before we
to.
have them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise I don't want
Yeah.
to deal with their shit.
You are a child of divorce?
No. My parents are together, but they weren't. They were shouting at each other a lot.
They were
all right?
shouting at each other.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I can see that for you, actually.
Yes.
Unhappily together, I think,
Unhappily
is quite
together.
common in
Happily
Ireland.
together.
Right?
Pretty happy, yeah.
Oh, sort of a medium.
Yeah, it's a
Mine
medium.
are like disgustingly happy together.
Are they?
Yeah.
And do you know
It's
what,
like tone it down. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that in
Yeah.
you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a steadiness there.
Yeah.
You're not doing the drugs. You don't need them. They told you.
I'm
You
way
were.
too afraid of them. Are you kidding me?
But did they tell you were great growing
Can I
up?
tell you, I cannot do drugs because I only this year, at 35 years of age, remember I'm from the 80s,
Yes.
I stopped sucking my thumb
Right.
because I was so addicted to it that I couldn't stop.
My uncle sucks his thumb. He's 66.
Tell him I think he's pathetic. 35 is the age
Everybody
to
calls
quit.
him Thumb. My cousin who
Everyone
produces
calls him
this
Thumb.
podcast, his dad gets called Thumb, but it only flares up when he's drunk now, which is every day.
Yeah, it's self-soothing. It's
But
every day.
he's drunk every day. What are you talking about? There was a question on our family quiz
Right, so
once
this is-
whether we thought he had drank a swimming pool worth of beer over the course of his life.
Oh my God.
And it was much closer than you would think.
Oh
That's
my God.
so much beer.
Oh, that's so much. But this is what I mean. So this guy obviously also has like an addictive personality.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Beer and thumb sucking.
And golf.
But I can't do it. I just know I would not be able to quit.
Well, so let me ask you this now.
Okay.
How did you pry yourself away from your juicy thumb?
How did I do it?
How did you do it? How did you get off your thumb? Did you read a book?
Sheer determination.
Willpower method.
Willpower method.
Alan Carr claims it doesn't work, but
Did
go
you
on.
just stop one
Alan
day?
Carr is dead. Okay? What does he know? He couldn't even not quit. I don't know what the joke is there.
Right.
Something about life.
Life, yeah.
cut it so it makes sense.
Yes.
I'll say all the words in the alphabet in the dictionary.
I'll say all the words in the alphabet.
In the dictionary.
You put it together.
and then
I'm
you put it
saying all the
together.
right words, but not necessarily in the right order.
Yeah.
Some classic Markham and Wise stuff
Yeah.
there.
So he couldn't
You
quit
know the reference?
I do. Malcolm and Wise.
Morecambe.
Did you say Malcolm and Wise?
Malcolm and Wise. I love those guys. They're my favorite team of magicians.
I like the idea of Malcolm and Wise being like Morecambe and Wise, but you've just replaced Morecambe with Malcolm X. Morecambe and Wise is like an old English comedy duo
Magicians.
from the T.
I love those guys. I know everything about. Don't even. I already know everything about them. What were you going to say?
Well,
So what? No, because have you
What have
considered
you-
getting into the non-addictive drugs?
Which ones are those?
Mushrooms? Are they? I don't think they're addictive.
Oh yeah, I've done those.
I haven't done those. I'm excited to try those.
Yeah, you should totally try those. Now,
Yeah.
mushrooms are really fun. Everyone do mushrooms, but those are not addictive.
I did them in Amsterdam, and then,
Yeah.
boy, I did too many. I got a legal pack of them, and then went to the zoo,
Oh, that's fun.
and then projectile vomited all over the toilet.
Okay,
with
that's
my-
good. For a second there, I thought it was going to be an
Animals, it was
animal.
gonna be an animal.
Yeah.
No.
We were all worried about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
No, I have too much class for that. But I went into the toilet, and I felt my head was going to
Yeah.
explode. Like, that's
Yeah.
how much vomit, like, ah. And then my friend went in and he vomited, but then we came out after the vomit and we were high as kites. And then we went down to the seals. And
Okay.
you know, it's like this little blue neon area. And you just see through the little windows. And there was just a whole line, I would say. I feel like in my mind at the time it was a mile long, but that can't have been true. But and everyone was just staring at the seals. And I think everyone was on mushrooms. And I remember distinctly feeling the seals are really happy.
Yeah.
They're so happy and they're doing these little twirls and they're
Yeah.
like performing and flipping and they're little show-offs, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, the seals are so happy to be in the zoo. They're performing and they're they're like theatre children, the
Yeah.
seals. And then we went.
Well, in a way, they've never, gotten out of the womb. That's like a womb,
Right.
which we've already
The zoo is a
discussed. Is
womb?
when they're in an enclosed water bath,
The ocean.
Yeah, I guess for the seals particularly, that feels wombish.
wombish.
It's wombish and they love an audience and it's so for the seals I said, you know what, they are actually happy in the zoo. They're the only ones that are happy there. Because then we went to the elephants.
No, they're sad.
And then we were like,
Yeah.
oh. And there was a deep African sadness
Yeah.
coming from the elephants.
There used to be a polar bear there that was
Right.
even sadder than the elephants.
Polar bears in zoos is just a very strange
It's
thing.
so sad.
Right.
They're supposed to be
And then-
cold. I mean, I know that's very
Do you know-
obvious,
no,
but like
yeah,
they
I know.
are. That's
And-
just the thought.
And there
isn't
was
it?
just like I remember there just being like, this is the last time I ever went to that zoo because I was like, I can't go here. This is too sad. And it was just like a little clump of like ice that was all like browned and dirty from the dirt,
like
next
slush.
to it. And I
Yes.
was like, this is so sad. But anyway, he died, and that I think was a bit of a happy ending.
He died. He didn't kill himself, did he?
How would you think he would do that?
Bipolar bear.
Well, it's ups and downs.
I don't even know. You were looking at me like, is that something?
But,
I do that a lot.
but Mickey, I saw once.
Yeah.
I was in Dublin and there was two heroin addicts had a dog, and they were arguing about heroin. And they had this beautiful dog, and they were like, "Give me the heroin. I only want the." And they let the dog go for a second, and he jumped out in front of a bus and killed himself because he just wanted to get away from them.
Jesus.
Yeah, and the bus just hit. Like he got away for a second and was like, "I'm out," and I just saw him dive in front of it.
But I don't know. I don't think the polar bear had that option.
Right, but could he have like
Because
maybe?
they don't put rope
He
in
would have
their
had to
enclosures.
escape the zoo Madagascar style. And
Okay.
then,
Yeah,
but then
Tough
it's
for a
so
polar
big.
bear.
Like, what
Polar
car
bears are
is
so
going
big.
to? What
Even
car
in
is
the
going-
Netherlands, people are tall, but they're not that tall.
No.
right.
You think
They're tall and
you
white.
think
They're
he
not
could have
that
run into
tall or
into a
that wide.
person?
Yeah,
Yeah, no. I don't think that would have been an option for him. His only option was dying of depression.
right.
Sad.
But you can die of a broken heart, can't you?
You can,
They say.
and I will.
I must. It's my choice. It's my last wish.
It's my choice.
In
My
your-
body, my
I
choice.
refuse to die of any other cause.
I like the
Yeah.
idea of writing a suicide note and then just lying back down and just trying to be really, really sad.
Yeah,
To like-
yeah.
Just
Yeah, take me.
yeah.
Have you ever met someone who has never had their heart broken?
I think this is a similar vibe in that you can. I haven't asked.
Yeah.
But I think you can. I think it's the same as people who've never been punched in the face. I think you can tell.
Yeah.
I think the punching in the face one is more specifically for
I've been punched in
men.
the face.
Have you punched in the face?
Yeah.
Who's punching you in the face?
But I asked.
You asked for it.
Yes.
Oh, kind of a.
I was wearing a skirt.
Was that what you were wearing? You were wearing a boxing head guard.
I've told the story before, but I said to this girl, we were drunk, we were in a pub, and I said to her, no one will ever punch me in the face. I'm a
Confident.
I'm a de-escalator. I
Yes,
don't
you're very
escalate
good at that,
situations,
yeah.
so it will never happen. And then I said, but it's one of those things that people say it's an experience you should have in your life. And then she said, I'll punch you in the face. And then we went outside and she punched me in the face.
Where'd she connect? Jaw? Eye.
She went for eye.
Goodness me.
Yeah. And she really went for it. She psyched me out first. She went like this and then she didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I was so relieved.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. And then she punched me for real.
A vicious little woman.
Where is she?
Well, a vicious little woman, I said. A cruel woman.
She is she's just providing services.
She jumped at that opportunity, I think.
She did.
I think she's wanted to punch
Maybe
you in the
she'd
face
never
for a long
punched
time.
someone, and she was like, also, I would never punch someone.
Have you
this
punched
is a
someone in the
perfect-
face?
No. But I don't think that's an experience I need.
I don't think I've punched someone in the face. I've heard it's very sore.
Yeah, I'd bet it's sore.
Like hands are real brittle things.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
I have done it, but
Yeah.
not that much. I've been punched in the face more than I punched. I used to have a real mouth on me. Like I was just really cheeky, so I'd get hit. I was so cheeky. I'd get hit quite a lot.
So serious.
I am serious. I was
so cheeky.
I was so cheeky. Like I just had this. I'd answer people back really quick. I remember this guy one time in my hometown. He was a few years older than me, and me and my friends were drinking at this bar, and he's a really tough guy.
Yeah.
And he's kind of heavy guy, but I used to play hurling and Irish sport with him when I was younger.
Oh, I know it.
You know
And
what I mean?
it's a great sport for kings and warriors, but in ancient... Why do you keep laughing at things that I'm not trying to be funny with? That is how I believe hurling is. Great sport for kings and warriors.
That's funny.
But he came over to us and he was chatting to me and my friends, and that was kind of him nice being chatting to us because he was kind of a made man, and in where I'm from at the time it was real hierarchy of like toughness. So he came over and chatting to us, and then he said, "Oh, to me, I remember you used to play hurling when we were younger." I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like
kings and warriors.
yeah, kings
Yeah.
and warriors,
Yeah.
high priests, and
Yeah.
then and I said, "Oh yeah, you were a lot less fat back then." I says, and then looked at my friends like, "This is the kind of shit I do." And he got his left hand, and
I do. Present tense.
yeah. And then he got his hand. He had a big left hand on him, like a fucking shovel. He was a handball champion, which means you just really strong wrists, which is another Irish sport. And he just wound up and just the hardest open hand.
Slap.
Slap. Like just like that. And then my head, I swear to God, all I could see was my friends going, and they were like talking, but I couldn't. It was like,
Yeah, if you catch you on the
and I was
ear,
like,
it's, yeah.
and then
Do you have
and then,
tinnitus now?
I haven't been well since. No.
That's why he
And-
talks at the volume that he
Yeah.
talks at.
Right, yeah. Which is, I've been told I talk
Can't believe
too
it.
loud. Yeah.
You've been bitch slapped into this personality.
But then did you punch him?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Fucking hell.
I know, we all come to ourselves in different ways.
Sure.
Did you
That's when
punch
you
him?
came online.
That's where I came online, yeah.
Whoa, things
And then as soon
exist.
as I came out with it, I was like, I need to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Right?
That will happen. Yeah.
That'll help.
Yeah.
Did you punch him?
Huh?
Did you punch him? Was
No.
that the end of the story?
No way.
Oh, I thought this was the story of you punching someone.
No. This was me getting punched. Another time, this is the one time when I was in first year in college. Me and my friends, their whole thing was if we went out on a night out, we're going to this place called Tripod. We would call it then Fight Pod, and their whole thing was like, we're gonna get in a fight. We're gonna get drunk, then we'll go down. We'll get in a fight.
Who are these
and we'll
people
come
that
home.
I've never understood? Who
Yeah.
part of their night out is getting in a fight?
Oh yeah, the big part of the night I was getting in a fight, right? So
You know these people?
Yeah, but it's like
This
it's
isn't
like
me.
in Canada how it's like part of the sport.
Hockey?
Yeah.
Where
It's
they
like
just-
I don't get that.
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, no, people love it.
Yeah,
but this is what I'm saying. Like, I see how this would be a similar thing.
100%.
Part of the
But
sport is
there's an
fighting. Part of the,
inherent competition to a sport. There's no competition in a
clearly,
night out.
so is to like Mike's way of going out.
That's right, because it's a night out. You're on the dance floor there. You're kind of, none of you can dance, so everyone's a bit annoyed. No one really knows how to talk to women. So you're like,
Yeah.
that's out.
That's
and,
out,
And
yeah.
then you just kind of be like,
Yeah.
And then you kind of have, it's almost this understanding between you and another group of guys. We can make our nights exciting for each other if we just if we fight.
Yeah.
So you kind of go over, you'll bump into lads. Hey, what the fuck did you do there? What are you saying?
Yeah.
And then
Fight
you can,
pod.
And
then
everybody wants to fight. You just have to do this is like Attenborough stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Like they know they're going to fight, but they have to do this like little build-up
This is
ritual
exactly like
beforehand.
Attenborough
That's
style.
right.
It's so
and we'd have little
strange.
instigators, like little finger type characters, you know, like that'll be little fellas that you'd have with you. And they'd be a great little tool for a fight because you push them out on the dance floor and then
Yeah.
someone would bump into them and you'd be like, you can't bump into him just because he's small. And
Yeah.
then now the fight is a noble defense of
Where
the
are
weak.
those guys?
Huh?
Where are those little guys?
Right.
They doing well?
I don't know. It's hard to know. We lost track of them after a few years. I think a lot of them moved to Belgium. But
Yeah.
I think they're upper management. In
You think they're
businesses.
thriving?
I think they've always known how to use big guys to their advantage.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're running construction companies and things like this.
Well, they're little guys with big ideas, you know,
Yeah.
so they're doing well. But so they'd go and they'd start to fight, and then people would come in and be
And
like,
they wouldn't really be involved.
no,
in the fight.
no, they're little cogs in the fight machine.
Mike, were there ever like, did you ever have repeats with fellow, like other gangs?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
would happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't be
It's a bit like WWE.
right.
Yeah, it's
it
always
is.
a bit scripted. It's all a bit.
Do you know
teed
what I
up.
mean? It's theatrical.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You've come there for a purpose.
You got people
Yes.
slotting into
It's-
different roles. The wee
yeah.
guy kind of Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio type.
Yeah.
And are you into WWE?
No, but I'd be into this.
Right, and this
I'd
is
be there at the club being like, here they go.
here they go.
Guys, shh, guys, they're going.
They're fighting.
Guys, they're doing it.
The one's bumped into each other. You gotta
Yeah.
catch the early bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
here for the
Yeah.
story.
There was an element of theatre to the whole thing.
I think so.
You know, and there was an element of performance there if you look
Yeah.
back. But I wouldn't get into fights. I was more sad at that time. I would say I would get drunk and I would kind of be like, and I'd have
Yeah.
little Smith songs playing in my head, like, do you
Well,
know what I mean?
that's, yeah. And of course, like, but you wanted to
Heaven.
perform.
Yes,
So here you are.
that's right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
But what happened was one of our big dogs in first year in college, his name was Jack. He would always be fighting.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would start fights and he'd come in and he was a boxer, so he'd be good at punching people in the face. And then he left after first year.
Oh, no.
And took his hitting people in the face talents with him.
No.
Yes.
The power vacuum.
That's right.
It's like the Arab Spring.
Yeah.
So now this next year we're coming back and the lads are coming back after summer. They've iced their knuckles and they're ready for fighting.
Yeah.
So then they come in, but now we don't have Jack anymore. So it's just, but the lads are still starting fights in the same way. But now we've no one to actually do the
Finish
fighting.
them, yeah.
So now I had to step up.
No.
Yes. So then one of the lads
And you've
gets
no
in the
training.
fight, and now I have to go into the fight.
Oh, God.
And I'm fucking like I don't know how to. I kind of throw a punch. Next thing, this guy, some guy just shouts. We were in this club. He's like, point at me. He's like, he hit a girl. I was like, no, I didn't hit a girl. He's like, yeah, you did. You hit a girl. I was like, I didn't hit a girl. I know, I'm not.
I tried. She was too
Yeah.
quick.
She was she was fucking like Mayweather, the little
Yeah,
fucker. She was dodging. So then they were saying that they hit a girl. I said, hey, a girl. So next thing, about 4 of them come over and they're like, you here, and just start like beating on me. Next thing, the bouncer comes over to them. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, they're hitting me. And then then they go, he hit a girl. And then the bouncer gets his walkie-talkie and plonks me on the head with it. I was like, you can't just believe their story. The 4 men assaulting me. And then the bouncer just like hit me like these boxes and threw me out the door.
That's a classic bouncer from friends of mine that are bouncers. You have the walkie-talkie in your hand when you punch someone, and it gives structural integrity to your fist, and you can absolutely wallop people.
Right.
I think that's what would have happened to you there.
I know. I saw a bouncer do it to my friend Grant once. He got his walkie-talkie and just bet him on the nose with it, like broke his nose. Some of these bouncers weren't good people, Mickey, and you think these people are here to protect us.
That's one of the emergency services. Police,
Mickey.
fire, ambulance, bouncers.
Mickey Overman.
Yeah.
I
I
was-
love that you think that the bouncers are there to protect you.
But who else?
That's not their job.
Is it not? Have they
No.
not sworn an oath?
No.
They're there to protect the business interests of the venue.
Yeah.
Ah, I
They're
thought
there
the-
to kick you out.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought they would have sworn an oath on the Bible or some
Yeah,
sort of
on the
thing
Bible, for
on the
sure.
protection of
Yeah.
the.
My
the-
experience is that bouncers in different places have incredibly different vibes. I don't have a real read on the Dutch bouncer vibes, but like Belfast
Me neither.
bouncers, very chill.
I've never understood them.
I've never. They're an enigma. Out of all the bouncers that I've ever encountered, the Dutch ones, who are they?
Yeah.
Particularly Newcastle, the Geordie bouncers, they are out of line.
They're out of line.
They are bad bastards.
Are they?
Belfast bouncers very, very chill. I think because there's always a risk that somebody, or like I would say maybe 80% of the people in Belfast have like direct links to paramilitary organisations. So like you can't be too much of a cunt with people.
Right.
Because it can really come back. Like, you know in school where
Shoot
it's
you in
like,
the
oh,
head,
my
Mickey.
big brother will fight you. Like their big brother is like the IRA. So like bouncers can't be too mad about that. Like they just can't be too for. But in Newcastle, I don't think there's any paramilitaries in Newcastle as far as I'm aware.
And more's the pity.
Yeah, I think they could do with some paramilitaries in Newcastle. But the bouncers are just like grabbing people out of the queue for like just don't like the look of them, like, and then just like beating them up. One little word and they just beat the shit. They don't just kick them out. They'll like beat the
What
shit
are you
out of them
basing
and
this
stuff. Experiences. I've been in Newcastle.
Geordie
lots.
Shore. It's a great show.
No, I've been in Newcastle. I spent lots of time in Newcastle. My ex-girlfriend lived in Newcastle and I would go up and visit lots and lots.
Yeah.
And
But-
see how that ended.
Yeah.
One time on a night out we did that. I was privy to a similar thing that you experienced, which was somebody who kind of wanted to be punched in the face. And I think that the eye, like side of face is probably good. Like you're avoiding like lips and all that split stuff. So here's okay. But basically the guy, a big, massive ginger guy who'd never been in a fight, was like, oh, it'd be fun if you just punched me. I've never been punched in the face. Just want to see what it's like. And then the other guy was like slightly too drunk, and the ginger guy was slightly too scared of being punched in the face, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
It's okay to be scared of being punched in the face. Did you flinch at all, or did you just...
Well, I wasn't expecting it. So because
You were
she
expecting it, yeah.
psyched it out first. She was like, yeah. So she went like, and then we went like, okay. She wasn't actually going to do it, and then she went bam.
Wow, that's good by her, I think.
That's quite dramatic as well.
Yeah.
Like people who punch, they really know how they know about theater.
They know about
Yes.
tension and release.
They know about tension
There's
release.
an element of
Hero's journey.
Chekhov, Stanislavski.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there really
if there was
were-
a fist on the wall.
There were a
in
lot
the
of
first
methods
act of
being
the
used
play.
there.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you cry?
No, I laughed.
Did you laugh?
That's
Yeah,
really
that's my
funny.
response. That's my response to
Trauma.
trauma.
Violence.
Yeah, of course.
What made Micky Overman? You
Yeah.
come in this.
Wait, can I finish?
Let's get into
the-
it.
Oh, sorry.
wait, Big tall ginger guy. Guy
Yes.
slightly too drunk. Ginger guy slightly too scared of being
Yeah.
punched. He flinches. Drunk guy right on the nose, and I swear plasters his nose like across to the other side of his
No.
face, like the worst broken nose I've ever seen in person.
Oh my
Fully
God.
like gone, like it looks horrible.
Yeah.
And big ginger guy starts crying straight away,
Ah,
and then
no.
he calms down. I'm like,
Bless
it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. He looks like a Picasso.
Oh
it's
my
crazy.
God.
And then he like goes into the bathroom to look at it, starts crying
Don't look
again
at it.
as soon as he sees it in the mirror. He's like, you gotta fucking fix it. You gotta fucking fix
Wait,
it.
how did you know that?
And-
Did you follow him into the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a
You
weird
were like,
night out.
yeah, you were like, it's a show.
He was taking pictures. He was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
videoing
yeah,
I
it.
was following the story.
Yeah, you were following the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Reporter.
And so he's there crying again. He's somebody has to fix it. Somebody has to fix it. And my mate Trevor just walks up to him, grabs his nose, and shunks it back to the middle
What
of the face.
is Trevor's
Qualification?
Qualification.
He's an
for-
electrician, I think.
He was on ketamine, I believe.
I wouldn't let him anywhere near me.
Trev, the nose fixer.
Trev the electrician.
Oh, yeah, the electrician.
I wouldn't let him anywhere near my nose.
Also, Trev's name's Thomas, but one person called him Trevor by accident once, so now he introduces himself as Trevor.
Stop. Is that true?
Yeah, it's his nickname
Oh man, he
forever.
was desperate for a new identity.
He introduced.
He didn't want
he's
to.
like, I'm Trevor.
He didn't
nice
want to
meet
be
you."
Thomas. He didn't want to be an electrician. He
No.
wanted to be Trevor and a doctor.
Right.
An ENT surgeon.
Yeah,
But maybe
that was
like
his dream.
there
But
was
he nailed it.
He was like, maybe today.
He nailed it.
Did he though?
Honestly.
Listen, I know you followed the story, but like, did you follow up with like the doctor who looked at that
I
and
wasn't doing
said,
checkups.
"This is a mess. Who did this?"
It
And the
looked
guy's like,
good,
"An electrician."
but it was centralized.
You think that's enough?
Noses are
You
purely
think-
aesthetic.
You think you
Noses are purely
know
aesthetic.
anything about noses?
Noses are just for looking at.
no
They're
lad.
not.
They don't
No,
do
lad.
anything.
My
They're not.
friend,
They're
my
for snorting cocaine up.
That's right.
Up.
No, well, they genuinely are for that. But my friend Jack when he got in a fight earlier with this guy, a fella in our town who I'm not joking now, and I know I slag you off for having a big fat head and it's a bit of a laugh. This guy, this was
Recurring
like,
feature on the podcast. My head's big.
yeah,
Oh,
but
really?
it was kind of long
Your
or
head
whatever.
is fucking massive.
I know. This is what we hope that no one would point out, but because that ruins
It's
the
an insane. You have an
Mine's big in a
insane
different
head.
way. Mine's big at the back,
right.
which is weird.
But I
Yeah,
do.
but like, no, you look on the camera. Comment below if you think the mic head's bigger.
I mean, I do.
I'm trying to make my head further away from
But
the
I do
camera.
have a big fat head. I mean, there
Yeah,
is no
yeah,
doubt
you
about
do.
that. But I think I just hold myself like someone with a smaller head, and I think
I don't think
that,
you do. I don't know where you got this.
Well,
I think you hold yourself like someone with a massive fucking head.
big. But Mickey, I think you're coming in. You're seeing a snapshot here.
Yeah, sure.
You know, you might
Yeah,
caught me
yeah,
on an
yeah.
off day where I'm having a fat head day. But
His head was bloated.
Yeah.
His head was bloated.
But
Oh my God.
generally,
He'd had a lot of salt at lunch. His head was swollen up.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. A lot of salty breakfast.
Yeah, salty
I
breakfast.
think the McDonald's breakfast has puffed my face up quite a lot.
Yeah, sure.
And so that's why it kind of it looks fat and puffy.
Yeah.
But
But normally, Vittorio is the one who's known for having the big head.
big head and just the way
I'm
he,
with you on this.
and
Sure.
it's just
Why
his
not?
general. He just generally holds himself like a man who's kind of off balance because his head's so big.
Ah,
Like
okay.
they might fall over.
That's actually very funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a big baby. Do you know like when baby's head's a bit too big for their body and they're like
That's
they
very,
might.
that's actually very entertaining.
Yeah.
Like one of those bobblehead dolls.
Like
Yeah.
a bobblehead
Yeah,
doll.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
The whole way through
absolutely.
the podcast, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
like
yeah.
support my neck.
Yeah.
Yes. It's actually been proven with like actors and I suppose it could be people on like reels and stuff as well, that people with like it's big fat massive bobblehead faces.
Yeah.
Like if you look like at Tom Cruise or John Travolta, these people,
Yeah.
their heads are fucking massive,
Huge heads.
big faces.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing like that people
More space for
respond to.
emotions. No, I'm not putting any there.
Huh?
There's more space for emotions to be conveyed.
Right.
I'm not doing it. But the
you-
space is there.
The
Yeah.
space is there if you chose
it's
to.
a big canvas. Big
Yeah.
canvas
Yeah.
to paint your ideas
I have a
on.
big head. And
You do not,
What
Mickey
you
Overman.
have, which is great, is a big face on a good sized head.
a big face.
Big expressive eyes, big
Oh,
expressive
yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah. People say I look like a man. And I
Who has ever said that?
online. But I think it's because I have like a big jaw. Do you know what I mean?
Strong.
Right.
Strong jaw.
Yeah.
Strong jaw. And that is
You could play Batman.
traditionally thought of as like a male feature.
Right.
And so people are like, she's a man! But like, I think it's a good thing.
You know, you can change the shape of like the bone structure of your jaw.
With money.
No, not even just with anxiety.
Oh, just because of clenching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I clench
have
my jaw
gotten-
so much I have a sticky out bone
I
on
have a
this
stronger
side.
jaw because of clenching.
Yeah, bones grow around like where all the tension and stuff is. I was
Is
talking-
that what Zac
You
Efron
can use
did?
Botox for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can stop that from happening.
Yeah. That whole
TMJ? You got TMJ?
What's TMJ?
Temporomandibular joint disorder, where all this is super, super tense and gets like stressed.
I've
and all.
undiagnosed, I would say. But I would say
It's
I have-
harder to diagnose in women.
Yeah, it's harder to diagnose in women. Not enough research has been done. And that's what we're here to talk about today. But I would say, yeah, definitely. Like, and the thing is, like, I have to get like, because I clench so much, so the dentist keeps wanting to give me like, you know,
Mouth guard?
a mouth guard for it, but I couldn't have it because I stuck my thumb. So that was one of the reasons that I really
that you had to be taken off the thumb.
I needed to quit. I needed to quit
painted
desperately.
your-
Was there an
yourself into a corner.
intervention? Did like Patrick talk to you, or was there like how it's affecting
No,
them?
and can I say a big problem has been that every single one of my boyfriends that I've ever had has thought it was adorable. So it was like not an incentive.
That was one of the things you lured them in.
Yes.
You
they-
like
You were just in the
incentivized
corner of the
because
bar.
I think
just,
like, you know, I'm tall, I've got a massive jaw, like
Right.
it's all very male. But then like this thumb sucking, they're like, see, she's vulnerable.
She's a
She's a
baby."
baby. Finally, something to love. Yeah. So, you know, that's been like, it's been in a way, it's been the only thing that's gotten me to attract a man.
So you went to rehab and
Went to rehab.
But Mickey,
Yeah.
is it not extremely hard to be like, because you're like a heroin addict who has heroin attached to their hand?
Yeah,
hard.
that's why it's so hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you look at it sometimes and think, you sexy
All
little
the time.
bitch?
Did
You
you get
sexy
that-
little bitch. All the time.
Did you get that nail varnish? Because kids that suck their thumb for too long, they
I
get
got
a
it,
nail
yeah.
varnish that
I got it, yeah.
is
So
horrible tasting.
When
so
I was
you-
a girl, a little girl.
When I was a
and
girl.
When I was a little girl, my mom tried to make me quit, and I would suck the nail varnish off of my.
The deliberately
thumb. I
horrible
would
tasting nail
I would
varnish.
just suck it all off, like just I was so determined. I was like,
Nice.
"You will not take my self-soothing device away from me."
I like
Woman!
varnish.
I love varnish.
I love the taste.
Yeah.
Love how it makes me feel.
Then I became addicted to varnish.
Right.
you
I
know?
like the idea of like you get it.
So my varnish addiction started real hard. Huffing varnish.
Yeah, like getting hooked on methadone while you're trying to get off heroin.
I'm a varnish head for sure. But I've quit the thumb, and that's nice.
You got a real shiny.
But if you
tongue.
have any varnish lying around, I will take some.
Yeah, it's only untreated wood in Mickey's house.
Yeah.
Mickey.
I only
Otherwise
take
she's licking the
that
tables.
one IKEA range that has untreated wood.
But you got off the thumb
Yeah.
sucking. I
Yeah.
like the idea that you would go through like and just start sucking a finger, and then
Yeah.
by the end of the day you're sucking toes and all. You're just trying to find something.
Thank God I don't have a penis. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
God,
I'd be
you'd
all over that thing.
Removing
That's a
ribs.
self-soother, let me tell you.
But
Mickey,
then, did you? Are you mouth guarding now?
So I have to go to the dentist, but yeah, I'm gonna get my
'Cause occasionally-
MG.
Wim Hof breathing I found massively beneficial for
Yeah.
I don't even do the cold plunge stuff, but just the breathing exercises on
Really?
YouTube. Massively beneficial for my jaw tension.
That's so
and
good.
then if you get a wine cork, good excuse to drink a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Put it in there for like 5 minutes. Great.
Really?
Really, really, really good. I won't get you to do it on the podcast because that would be really bad for the podcast.
Yeah.
is Wim Hof one
No
of
one
your
wants to see
heroes
him.
because he's Dutch and wears a nappy and climbs up mountains?
Yeah.
Was it you who was telling me he
Isn't
like
that cool though?
What? Wim Hof?
He climbs up mountains in his nappy.
Yeah, it's really cool, but like, it's not. Don't do it. It's not for
he's
everyone.
not mentally well, I don't
Well,
think.
I think he probably doesn't he just have like a thing where like he can't feel pain?
And he blew out his asshole.
Mike told me this. Have you heard about this?
No.
Wim Hof blew out his ass.
He
Go on.
blew out his asshole
How?
because he used to do this thing like after like he after he'd be like going to water and whatever.
At this lake, this one particular like
There's
lake
one particular
or whatever.
lake, but then there was like this little hose that he used to like wash
Hose
and
himself
wash, and
back
he'd
off.
wash up his bum. I don't know why he's washing up his
Right.
bum,
It was like
but
a
like
bidet.
douching, you don't know what he does in his private life.
No.
But
But it was just like a bidet. I don't think it was douche because douche
Right.
is like
But-
very in there. But I think it was just bideting.
but a bidet thing. But anyway, he didn't know, but they changed the hose to make it like twice as powerful or whatever. They got a new hose in, and he stuck it up his arse, and it just blew up his asshole.
He had to go to the hospital.
He had to go straight to the hospital.
Like ambulance, like really bad.
With a blown up Dutch asshole.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's the worst kind of asshole.
That is so bad.
Yeah.
Wait, so now did he have to have like an artificial asshole put in?
I think he's had
It's
to.
AI.
Yeah, he's actually had a French asshole put in now.
You can ask that thing anything.
Right.
He's gonna chat GPT ass.
Yeah, it's a ChatGPT
His
ass.
ass will write you a poem.
I've changed my tune on it now. That sounds good.
That is good.
You have a question? Talking to my ass.
That's right. Sometimes I do think my ass has
Talk
its
to
own
my ass.
Talk to
consciousness.
my ass. Yeah.
Yeah, if you like Ace
You
Ventura.
think your asshole has all the answers?
Well, I don't know, but like I think that Ace Ventura, if you look back the way he talked from his ass, that could have been a prescient kind of
Like a foreshadowing.
look into the
yeah.
future. For
But
one
it
thing-
couldn't happen with you. Your asshole would be like, "Ooh, time for a shit." Like you just
Your asshole's busy enough. He's
Yeah,
got enough
it's
on his
busy.
plate.
Right.
It's busy.
I just think my asshole is like, do you know the
You
way like
can't have him talk as well.
right? No, that would be overkill.
Yeah.
And my asshole is already. I feel like my brain and my asshole are kind of like fighting for power of me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Like-
eternal struggle.
Yes, and like that, my asshole is like.
We all contain two wolves: the brain
Yeah.
and the asshole.
Yeah.
That's right. And
Yeah.
that like my asshole is like the Pentagon and my brain is like the US government. Joe Day, the Pentagon
Yeah,
is
yeah,
apparently
yeah,
like
yeah.
is rogue. Like
Yeah.
they can't the government don't actually have control. Like the Pentagon are doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we're going into this country, and then like the president's like, no, you're not. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
As far as I know, I have access to the nuclear weapons.
Yes.
So fuck off.
That's fucking beautiful.
That is right.
That is
And that's what
actually
my
beautiful.
asshole is kind of
Yeah.
like. I'm like, we're not taking the shit now.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you say?
Yeah.
I've got access.
People aren't doing analogies like this.
Right.
And I think they should.
Yeah.
You know? It's all very tame.
It is.
But my asshole is the Pentagon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mike's asshole is a pentagon,
Yeah, and it is a Pentagon.
And it is a Pentagon. So
they come
we're-
out in like beautiful.
Right.
like Play-Doh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let the kids anywhere near it. They'll just be like, ooh.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my
You
poop.
do
making
know
little,
this,
little
actually.
faces out of your
I know.
poop.
Well, I do. Well, I just have to be careful if I'm around.
But I
in
want
a
to
house
set
with
you like a
children.
target.
Yes.
Could we condense this? And this might feel like a big leap for you, but extremely doable for most people. Can we try and get it down this week to 2 shits a day?
He's not going to do it.
Thank you, Mickey. Thank you for the
three.
support.
You can get down to 3.
3 poops a day.
Yeah.
I just don't think I'd be happy. I just
He
don't.
loves it.
I do love it, and I love my time on the toilet, and I love things coming
What
out
are
my
you
bum. I
doing?
like how it feels.
What are you doing on the toilet?
Huh?
What are you doing on the toilet?
Like thinking about, at the minute, I'm thinking about the spread of Christianity a lot. You know that from the last episode.
Are you
So
reading?
I'm reading a book about
He's
it
reading
Yeah.
a book.
called Dominion by Tom Holland. So
But
I'm
are you
kind of
reading that on the
contemplating
toilet?
that.
The actor.
Are you reading that on the toilet?
Yeah.
I had this. Spider-Man wrote a book about Christianity. We had this last week. Big
Okay,
good
but let's
vibes.
do it again.
Big good vibes.
Okay, but let's actually. I've got a fresh take.
Let's
on
do it better.
Yeah, let's do it better.
But yeah, so I kind of been thinking about like how Islam.
Wait,
says,
no,
you know,
wait.
No, yeah.
So you don't.
right.
You don't go phone.
I know. Come on.
He's lying, right?
you
He
raw
does
dog
the
it.
Huh?
No, this is my new scheme. I'm big schemes at the minute. I'm raw
You're
dogging
always big
life.
scheme.
I'm
Yeah,
raw
yeah.
dogging life.
You and Patrick have this in common.
Right.
Schemes
Schemers.
are raw dogging.
You always have a scheme,
Yeah.
a new thing, a thing that
Yeah.
you're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You've
doing
always
too
read a book.
many. I'm doing
Yeah.
too many at the minute.
Yeah, or are you?
Yeah.
Because you're getting down to 85.
Yeah, there's the race to 85. There's the raw dogging life. So like no stimulus while on the toilet, no stimulus while traveling places.
Right. Wim Hof breathing.
Blown up
been a long
asshole.
time.
He's blown up his
long-term-
asshole.
That's a long-term scheme. I'm blowing up my ass every day.
Okay, what else? What else?
And I'm trendy now.
Oh, he's cool. Yeah.
You're trendy now.
I've decided I'm going to
Yeah.
dress good and be cool.
What are you doing towards this? I
Tuck-
haven't noticed anything.
tucking
What
his
are you-
t-shirt
tucked
in.
in?
Oh, you're tucking your t-shirt.
I got new trainers.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got hair at the back.
You got hair. Oh, you're going mullet.
Yeah. He believes in racial equality now.
Very nice.
Very trendy.
Yeah.
What else?
I like this. Yeah.
that's
What
most
else?
of the
That
schemes.
don't impress me much.
You're really impressing me on these schemes.
Well, no, I like
Oh
it.
no, I'm
Here,
becoming a grown up. I'm
You're
becoming a
becoming a
big grown
grown-up.
up. I'm complaining about
bless
stuff.
you.
I'm taking
Yeah,
up
yeah,
space
yeah,
in the
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
I complained about. I got those fridge raiders, chicken bites
Mm-hmm.
that you get in Tesco and Sainsbury's in the meal deal. That's my go-to meal deal. And I was having it the other day, and a tiny little bit of plastic. I'd say a macro plastic because I think microplastics are very like you wouldn't see them, but I think like a little chip of
Just a
black
bit of the
plastic was
bag.
there, and it was just no, not the bit of the bag, a
Yeah.
bit of like machinery
Yeah.
or something like a
Yeah.
real hard bit of black plastic, and it was in my mouth. And I'm like, God, what's this?
Yeah.
And normally you would just be like, well, that was weird and stupid.
yeah.
I emailed the refrigerators people
Yeah.
to be like, there was black plastic in my packet, and I'm really not happy
You've
about
become
it.
a nightmare.
I sent them a picture of the little piece of black plastic, and they said, can you send us that bit of black plastic in an envelope? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's in the bin. Like, I didn't keep it.
Yeah.
Do you think I should have kept it?
Well, as a
Well, now you know.
token.
For
listen,
next time.
if this happened again in any sort of capacity,
You keep
you in your full like dad mode would know.
Yeah, you keep it.
You keep it.
You keep
send
it.
it to the company.
But I said
they
to
want to
them-
know where it comes
I
from.
said to them, no, I put it in the bin in like a fit of rage that I just had plastic in my mouth.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, and I was like, I demand compensation. And I really wasn't expecting anything from it. But they sent me £9 of vouchers for
Chicken bites.
chicken bites.
But so what you could do is like.
Are you not appreciating that I've got £9 of
I
vouchers
am.
for all
It's
sorts of shit?
amazing. Show it to the camera.
You can do it for multiple things.
It's a massive victory for your
You can do it
autistic.
for
head.
Richmond. You can get Richmond sausages. You can get
Yeah.
Bisto, Mr. Brains, Sharwoods, Madison's, refrigerators, and Walls. I could get I could get all of us ice lollies today
I'm
with
sorry. This is part of your scheme to become cool?
this. Yeah.
Right. He doesn't understand it really, the whole cool thing.
No.
He,
You've got a mullet and your fucking vouchers?
he
You
just said
think
he
that'll
wants to
do
be,
it?
he just said he's wants to become trendy, and then he talks about emailing people like a 70-year-old
Look at how
disgruntled.
trendy! Look
Yeah.
at how trendy
But you-
Vittorio's become.
Do you know what he should have done? Do you know what you should have done? Is got
Yeah.
the plastic you found in the chicken. And then, because the whole thing is, and this is what you see in like rap battles, Eminem, to use what people have used to hurt you, the plastic, and then incorporate it into yourself, change its meaning. And you should have got that like pierced through your nose, that plastic.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't think of that.
Why didn't you think of that?
In the moment.
Do you know what I mean?
The heat of the moment. I
Look at
wasn't
what your
thinking.
fit of rage
But then
has-
you take what they did against you, and now you've used it.
Yeah, no, I've
and
seen 8 Mile.
It's good. Do you know, can I ask you this though?
No, can I ask you this?
No way.
But I know what it is.
No way. But I'm just genuinely very interested in this, because growing up in the Netherlands, in this small town, you're
It was not small.
We still
It
don't
was
have the
shit.
name.
Oh, it was shit.
It
It
was
was a
big.
big shit town.
Big shit
Are we
city.
allowed to name the city?
Oh yeah, I'm from Almere.
Okay, right. This is going to trigger a lot of people.
Yeah, it's going to trigger. People
big,
going to go,
not
yeah.
that
We
fucking...
got a big listenership in Almere.
Almere about it.
Yes. Now, and this is getting very like...
That sounds like a Northern Irish greeting. Almere about it.
Almere about it.
I wouldn't know about you.
Yeah.
But this is very textbook, like I'm on BBC or something. But
Yeah.
What gets you? Because in my mind, the Irish people, oh yeah, sure. Well, the comedy seems like a thing, and it's not to say Dutch people aren't funny because they're great Dutch comedians. But where do you get the confidence?
Where do you get off?
Where do you get the fucking neck to say, do you know what I'm going to do? Stand-up comedy. How do you get into that?
I was born in 1809. Now you might remember this because you're
1802.
1802. Okay, and there was the rise of the internet in my days.
Yes,
and then do you remember like you would have LimeWire and all that stuff? So
I remember LimeWire.
Yeah,
I'm 96, but I remember LimeWire.
Back on LimeWire, I would download every. I think I racked up my parents' internet bills. So at some point they were like, why is it costing so much money? And I was like,
but the internet was new, so they were just like, this internet's pricey stuff.
No, then they got better internet. But yeah, so I just downloaded fucking everything.
Right.
I had no friends.
Okay.
But I did have
Zero.
You had all the
zero
songs.
For
friends.
how long, Mickey? Because you're a very charming woman.
For a long time.
People can't see
Now,
that
why
or
do you-
hearing, but Mickey was...
For a long time, I had
Why
zero
do you
friends.
think?
Yeah.
She put zero over I and it was
Yeah.
funny.
But it was, boy, did I have my comedy to keep me company.
Right.
My parents took my TV away at one point. They
Bastards.
were so sick of
TV
me
in
sitting
your
in my
room?
room watching TV.
I was never a TV in the room. I will never be a TV in the room. I'm anti-TV in the bedroom.
Yeah, but listen, I had no friends.
She was a fucking child. This is not
I was
about...
a child.
You just
I was a
gotta-
friendless child.
fucking
I had my
technology
Lord of the Rings
stance.
poster and my TV. Okay.
You big into Lord of the Rings?
Oh yeah.
I'm
I had
big.
the map. I had the map of Middle Earth on my
So
on my wall.
good.
So good.
So sick.
So I watched everything.
Right.
So I just was like, I was just absolutely.
And this was movies
addicted
rather
to
than
it.
music, because my experience of LimeWire was much more music based than it was movies.
It was
based.
all but you know how long it took to download an episode of something?
Oh my
It took
God.
days.
Oh my god!
It took days. It was just days of me like downloading an episode of Scrubs.
Right.
I loved
Yeah, but I
early
watched
Scrubs.
everything.
Yeah.
Scrubs really fell off.
Yeah, but I watched it all.
I watched it all. I watched
Arrested
every single bit of
Development?
Scrubs.
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
yeah.
That was the best thing I'd ever seen.
Job, that alliance of magic. It was...
You have a Jobus quality like to you, I feel.
I love Job.
Yeah.
I just thought he was a great man, and he didn't get appreciated the way he should have. He's one of the best magicians I've ever seen.
You know why Job is so funny? If you ever watch that show back, no one is ever talking to him. It is so fun. People barely acknowledge his existence.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes someone will address him directly, but it's very few times.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of the times he's just making big statements
Yeah.
Michael.
into the air.
To have that much self importance when
Yeah,
literally no one is talking
Yeah,
to you.
it is so great.
Yeah.
I've got
So
a plan,
that's-
Michael.
So that's how I
Michael.
did it.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it. Yeah.
But what? Wait. So like, was there anyone stand up that you saw that you were like, by God?
Wait, before I
Mickey
feel like we're
Overman's
delving
gonna-
into a brand new
What?
topic, and two things.
What?
I forgot to do the ad read, so
Right.
that didn't happen. So we'll have to
Nice.
plunk that in.
Yeah.
And we're doing the Patreon after this. Are you around to stay for the Patreon?
Of course.
Down to hang, so
Right.
we can delve into Mickey's
delve into
LimeWire
it.
But do you want me
downloads.
to? Because maybe
We'd
people
love
are.
to.
Oh,
I would
okay.
love- that's what I wanna know.
We'd
Yeah,
love
okay.
to have you on the Patreon. You have a special that is currently out.
Oh, I think I've already plugged it.
Plug it again.
No
Plug it
one's
again.
listening at this point.
The Precipice on YouTube. It's so good, you guys. Watch it.
Mickey is. I remember
Watch it. What, you guys, watch it.
Mickey was the one of the first comedians I saw when I was in London.
Man,
that I
didn't
was like.
didn't we click immediately?
We did.
Wasn't that so nice?
We did, and then I didn't see you for a year, but it
Yeah,
was
that's
lovely.
right. Yeah, it was nice.
But Mickey was so good, and I remember thinking, "Oh, these London comedians are going to be so." I was very excited.
Yeah.
set a
And
high
then
bar.
very soon after, I was like, "No, but then they're not all that good."
Not
But at
everybody's
all-
Mickey Overman.
Not everybody's Mickey
Not
Overman.
everybody, but Mick's so funny. Watch her special.
Thanks.
Follow her. Go see her on tour. Like top.
Really,
Can I
really
do
good stuff.
a roundup of something that I wanted to? I think this will really like. I wanted to say that I really like that you're trying to get trendy. And here's my thing about trendy. I think it's about the cut of your jib and the cut of your jeans.
Woo!
That's so great.
That was nice.
I'm unsure about these jeans. Girlfriend, big fan of.
No, they're on trend.
Okay.
And I think if you the cut of your jib and the cut of your jeans, and if you got that, then you're fine.
That's such a good like summing up of
Jib
what
and
is-
jeans.
Jib and
Jib and
jeans.
jeans. I
Jib and
genuinely think,
Right.
and
Well,
that will make you seem.
My next trend thing
Yeah.
that I'm going for is something that you've already conquered, which is the sweater vest. I'm going to try and join the sweater vest
You'd
community.
look good in the sweater vest.
I think I'm going to try for it.
You'd look good.
I have
in
it in my diary to go and buy a sweater vest. It's like in my calendar.
Oh, I'm very excited for you. Well, and that's it actually. And thank you guys so much.
And thank fuck for that, the podcast.
And listen to my podcast. I mean, I've already done all this plugging. Listen to my podcast. Follow me online.
Tour? There must
Follow
be
me
a tour
online.
coming.
There's a tour is coming.
Fringe?
Fringe is coming. I'm doing so many things, guys.
It's hard to plug
Wow.
everything.
It's hard
Right.
to plug everything, but I will.
But it's all over there, MickyOverman.net.
Just send them to something that doesn't exist. But you can find all of that at mickyoverman.net. So I'll see you
Nice.
there.
Mike, plug yours now.
Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes.
2 shows. 5:45 at the Beehive. 12:20 at this Hootenanny's place. But it's all on my website, mikericeComedy.com. Come to those shows. Deadly. Chester. 28th of July is the last show of my current tour. I had to move it. So that's in Chester on the 28th of July. Come to that. And then we've got Vickers Street, September 1st, we're doing a fundraiser for Palestine. Get tickets. Tickets are going to be up online for that now. Click, go to it. Up the lads. Nice.
Nice. I'm doing the Edinburgh Fringe as well, doing a crowd work
we're all
show. You did
fringing
the
it.
last preview before the Edinburgh Fringe of the fun off-the-cuff crowd work show. Micky was brilliant on it. Micky will come do that at the Fringe.
And you should go. It's so much fun.
It's really good
Can
fun.
I say honestly that like when I walked into that room, you know, as comics, you become really like sensitive to what the vibe in the room is like.
Yeah.
I walked into that room and I was like, this is the best vibe.
So
and
good.
it was like, it just stayed like that for the entire thing.
Really, really
it
fun.
was so nice.
Really enjoyed it. And you smashed it as well. And then I'm doing a couple tour shows during the Fringe towards the end, 20th and 21st at Pleasance and Assembly. That's on, just type in like Vittorio to the Fringe website and all of that will come up. And then in the autumn, I'm back on tour, extending my tour of Who Do You Think You Are? I Am into the autumn through to December, all around the UK and Ireland, to places that I haven't been before and going back to places that I have been before. So come along and watch that. And of course, the charity gig, raising money for medical aid for
Nice.
Palestinians. And also the charity gig in London on the 23rd of July. That's being live streamed. So you can get tickets to watch that if you're not in London and not in Dublin and can't make any of those. Or both, like different lineups. But yeah,
Nice.
you can get on and see that for like a tenner or something. I think that would be good. And sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/parenting for more fun avec Micky Overman.
Yes.
Bye.
Nice.
Bye.